Hi students, I am Liji George, your computer science teacher. Computer science is a beautiful subject to learn. Dear children, if you start to love a subject, it will be easy for you. Computer has made a great impact in our day-to-day life. Everything around us involves technology. Whether it's withdrawal of money from an ATM, online banking, online shopping, or accessing an information from internet and so on. So learning more about this wonderful subject is really good. So a warm welcome to all of you to the computer science class. Dear students, if you are regular in your study, you can score very good mark in board examination. So you start study today itself. Today we start the lesson Computer System Overview. Computers follow IPO principle. IPO means input, process, output. Computer is a device which accepts data, process it and produce a meaningful output. So these are the three things connected to a computer: input, process and output. For example, think of a calculator. Inside a calculator we are using a minute chip. Actually that is programmed. That is also part of computer. So how a calculator is functioning? By connecting this IPO process with calculator, the calculator accepts data. For example, if you want to add two numbers 23 and 54. So what are the inputs? 23, 54, then the operator plus. What is the process? It will add 23 with 54. And what is the output? The result, that is 77. So this is the output. Then we can connect this IPO cycle with any of the device which is connected to the computer. For example, the functioning of an ATM. What is the input? The input, at the beginning we are giving the input as the PIN number of ATM. Then what is the process now? It checks whether the account number is matching with that particular card which you insert. Then if it is matching, it will prompt you to enter the service. That can be withdrawal or checking the balance or whatever it is. So suppose if you want to withdraw some money from ATM, then which command you will give? What is the input then? Then you may press one particular number, then you have to enter the money to be withdrawn. That is the input. Then what is the process? The ATM will check whether there is sufficient balance available in the account or not. Then what is the output? That may vary. If there is sufficient balance, it will provide you the money. Otherwise, it will gives you some message like insufficient account balance. I think this section is clear. What is input, what is process and what is output. So this is called IPO cycle. So all the computer is connected with this IPO cycle. So for computer, there are three units actually. One is input unit, then process, actually the process is doing in CPU, and the next is the output unit. You might have learned all these things before, but now we are going to study this little more elaborately. So what is the functioning of an input unit? Input unit accept the data from the user, then give the data to the CPU for the process. And computer knows the language of voltage. It is functioning with electricity. So it knows the language of voltage, that is either high voltage or low voltage. And in digital computer, we are representing this high voltage with number 1 and low voltage with number 0. And we, the users, are giving input in the form of human understandable language. And inside the input unit, when process is going on, it converts the input in the form of a computer understandable word. Okay, so this conversion is going on there. Then inside the CPU, the process is happening. Then after process, it just gives the output to the output unit. Then what is the function of output unit? It just do the opposite conversion, reverse conversion. What is that? It convert the machine understandable form to the human understandable form. So this is the basic functioning of a computer. Then what are the different elements of CPU? That we will learn in the next section in a detailed way. Anyway, the CPU may contain two parts, ALU and CU. ALU stands for arithmetic logic unit. CU stands for control unit. Okay. In this session, we can go through the basics of computer. What is computer? A computer can be defined as an electronic device which accepts input from the user, processes the input and produce the desired output. Basic computer components. Computer performs basically 5 major functions irrespective of its size and make. First one, it accepts data or instructions in the form of input. It stores data. It processes data as required by the user. It controls the operations of a computer. It gives the results in the form of output. This is the IPO cycle: input, process and output. Block diagram of computer. Input devices, output devices, CPU, CU, ALU and memory. Input unit is formed by the input devices attached to the computer. For example, keyboard, mouse, magnetic ink character reader, optical mark character reader, etc. And the output unit is formed by the output devices attached to the computer. The output coming from the CPU is in the form of electronic binary signals which needs conversion in some form which can be easily understood by the human being. And the CPU consists of CU and ALU. CU is the control unit, ALU is arithmetic and logic unit. The CU and ALU are directly connected with the computer memory too. CPU stands for Central Processing Unit. It's also known as the brain of the computer, and its main purpose is to convert the input into output. CPU perform its operation with the help of two subunits, ALU and CU. And ALU perform all the arithmetical and logical operations. The arithmetical operations are addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. The logical operations like comparison or decision making operations. They are greater than, less than, greater than or equal to, and less than or equal to. Let us see what is control unit. The control unit guides the interpretation of all the data and information. Actually, it coordinates the different tasks of computer. It takes input from input device and store it in main memory. Then it sends the data to ALU if any arithmetical operation is required. After this, it transfers the output to output device. This unit attached to the computer system. Next is the memory of computer. Actually, the memory means storage location. It refers to the place where data is stored temporarily or permanently. Input must goes to memory unit, then only any action on it can be performed. Computer memory is basically of two types, primary memory and secondary memory. The functioning of primary memory is very important, and primary memory contains random access memory and read-only memory. Random access memory is a working memory, and right from the booting of computer till the end of the computer's functioning, it is taking data. It is used for primary storage in computers to hold active. It holds data temporarily, that is volatile memory. Data is lost if power off. So if you are storing data in primary memory, it will be there only if there is power supply. So that it is called volatile memory. It works according to the voltage. Otherwise, it will erase all the data which are stored inside. And primary memory's second part is read-only memory. As the name indicates, we cannot write anything in a read-only memory. And read-only memory is used to store the instructions provided by the manufacturer. So the read-only memory manufacturers are providing some important data into it, and that will be recorded permanently in read-only memory. And it is non-volatile memory. Then the last section, the units of memory. Inside the computer memory, it is aligned as small storage locations. Each and every storage location is called cell. One cell can hold one bit of information. One bit means one binary digit. That can be either 0 or 1. The combination of 8 bits are called nibble, and the combination of 8 bits are called byte or octet. And 1024 bytes make 1 kilobyte. And 1 megabyte equal to 1024 kilobyte. Then 1 gigabyte is 1024 megabyte. 1 terabyte equal to 1024 gigabyte. 1 petabyte is 1024 terabyte. Then exabyte 1024 petabyte and zettabyte 1024 exabyte. Then yottabyte is 1024 zettabyte. Secondary storage devices. What is the relevance of secondary storage devices? So as you have learned, the primary storage device, RAM and ROM. Random access memory is volatile. We cannot store anything permanently into it. And read-only memory stores some important system configurations. And secondary memory is used to save data for future reference and retrieval. Normally, hard disk of a computer is used as secondary memory, but hard disk is not portable, so that we are using CD, pen drive or memory card as the secondary storage devices. Then we can see more about hard disk. Hard disk is also known as hard drive or disk drive. That is a device for storing and retrieving digital information, primarily computer data. It consists of one or more rigid, rapidly rotating disks coated with magnetic material. Generally, hard disks are sealed units fixed in the cabinet. So this is the picture of a hard disk. Then floppy disk. Nowadays we are not using this floppy disk. It is a data storage medium that is made up of a disk of thin flexible magnetic material enclosed in a cover. And a floppy disk capacity is 1.44 MB only. Then can you calculate how many bits it can store? 1 MB means 1024 KB and 1 KB means 1024 bits. So you please calculate how many bits can store in a floppy disk. Then compact disk or CD. And the capacity of a CD is 700 MB. It is a thin optical disc which is commonly used. Next is DVD. The full form is digital video disc. This is an optical disc storage device. It can be recorded on single side or on double side. And the capacity ranges from 4.7 GB to 8.5 GB. See how many bits, how many zeros or ones it can occupy. Then pen drive. This is a small portable memory which can be plugged into a computer with USB port. Next we will see some input devices. So input devices are the devices used to give input to computer for processing. Input may be in the form of text, images, audio, etc. Input devices example keyboard, mouse, joystick or scanner. Keyboard. This is the most common input device which uses an arrangement of buttons or keys. In a keyboard, each press of a key typically corresponds to a signal written simple. And when you are pressing a key, that signal is passing to the CPU, then it reacts. It just passes the corresponding image on the monitor and it is displayed there on the monitor. Mouse. It is a pointing device that functions by detecting two-dimensional motions relative to its supporting devices. So, there is wireless or mechanical mouse. Next is the scanner. It is a device that optically scans images, printed text, handwriting, or an object and convert it into digital image. Next is joystick. That is an input device consisting of a stick that pivots on a base and reports its angle or direction to the device it is controlling. Joystick is mainly used for playing computer games. The screens are sensitive to pressure. A user interacts with the computer by touching pictures or words on the screen. Microphone. It is used to input audio data into the computer. They are mainly used for sound recording. Output devices. Output device is used to display the output either in soft copy or hard copy form. Soft copy output appears on monitor whereas hard copy output appears on paper by printer. The various output devices are monitor, printer, speaker or projector. Monitor. It is also known as VDU, Visual Display Unit. It is the primary output device where we see the output. Its display may be CRT, LCD or LED. CRT type of monitor, full form is cathode ray tube, or LCD, liquid crystal display, or LED, light emitting diode. These are the three types of monitors. And another output device, printer. Printer produces output on paper. There are various types of printers available in the market like dot matrix printer. What dot matrix printer is doing? It is printing by making object using small dots. Next is inkjet or deskjet printer. This type of computer printer creates a digital image by propelling droplets of ink onto paper. Laser printer. These printers use laser technology to produce printed documents. And laser printers are very fast compared to the other printers. Dear students, today we have learned the basics of computer, the basic functioning of a computer, then the input-output devices and secondary storage devices too. So you please study well and write down the notes too.